Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the YouTube channel where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby. Hello, everyone. My name is KJ, and I'm the host of Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. And today, as I continue on my spoiler review for the new series on Netflix called The Abandons, episode 7 / season finale spoiler review for The Abandons. So if you have not seen this show, not seen season 1 of The Abandons, please pause this. But before you go, could you hit the thumbs up button, aka the like button? That would help my YouTube channel out. Come back and let me know what you think about episode 7 of Netflix's Abandon, and let me know what you think of just season 1 of this. So again, this is a spoiler review. Y'all been warned. Now let's get into it. This episode continues on with Trish is confronting her family about the death of Jenny. While Fiona is telling the sheriff, Trish is going to tell. And this is where it gets heated up because, number one, the sheriff ain't going to do nothing because he's scared of Constance and the Van Wells family. And two, Fiona and her family, they're not the richest, so they really don't got a lot of pull. And so it's very challenging, and nobody's going to believe her, especially after when Garrett is visiting Adam Waston, and he sees Adam's his daughter, and he pretty much tells her, like, hey, your dad has a bounty on his head, and so if you want this all to go away, you better make sure we get this land, so you better make it right. And he's just lying to her, and the daughter believes, is trusting Garrett way too much. But at the end, he's going to, turn on her. And, but we could see why. And it makes you understand why, because Adam Waston's daughter is just trying to protect her dad. And then later in this episode, we see Trisha get captured and maybe some type of poison. Then Dahlia and another person get ready to fight as Garrett tries to mess with him. She just stabs him with glass, but he's not dead. As Adam Waston explains why he left his former life to be with his wife / the daughter's mother, he's trying to explain that, Garrett is just trying to use that to get what he wants, and he's going to turn on. Nobody's going to get nothing out of this but Garrett. But she don't care, and she believes it. She believes in Garrett, or it seems. Trisha is going to be sent to Portland as just a way to, not to actually get, murder Trisha, but her mom's trying her best. But Trisha fights back, gets up, knocks out the maid, and she's like, listen, I'm going to make a stand. And her mom had a big out argument, and she runs out. But Trisha finds out the truth about William and where he was, because they did find the body. The older man did explain why. And but I think, to me, that Trisha knows that this has gone way too far, and this just shows that Trisha, no matter what, even though she understands she misses her brother William and all that stuff, but this has gone beyond it. And then we go back to, now Dahlia gets captured too, and they're holding her hostage because they're going to get what they want. And so Fiona meets up where Constance at, and it's mother versus mother, family versus family, from punches to bullet shooting with some arrow shooting. And, of course, the house is starting to catch on fire, and they're still fighting, the two mothers. and they're just laying the smack down on each other. And this is where this whole episode really is very intense and very like cowboy shootout, like Western type battling. And again, these two women are not giving up, and the family, oh my gosh, when Miller, and I believe it was Adam Austin, I can't remember, but the way they got that cart with the flame burning like barrels, that was just so cool, and just went right in that house. And these two moms are just fighting in this house, and the whole house is falling down. As at the end of this episode, we see that somebody is walking out. And now it's hard to tell because both these women do have long, like, blonde hair. So who knows? In my mind, I think it's Fiona, but it could be Constance. But they left this whole episode on a cliffhanger and stuff. But this was nuts. Like, to get what they want or try to prevent it. One's trying to prevent the Van Wells, and the Van Wells family are going to take what they want over this land because business is not good. The stock shareholders are cashing out their shares. Desperations is desperations. And I feel bad for Trisha because it's like there's a guy that she liked, and in a way he did lie to her by keeping secrets from her. And two, she's just heartbroken that her family is more cares about the business than people and her, and they're ruthless, and you can't grow or change and be who you want to be in that type of lifestyle. So, this is a really cool episode, and they left it on a really good cliffhanger too. And even like Garrett, they showed Garrett through this whole episode too. Like, what I like about this is now he's really full blown on the dark side. Now he's tricking people, manipulating, and we see this family because the abandons, they're just outcasts, people with old past, and a lot of secrets, and so they have a lot to lose. And because they live in the poor life of it, while the Van Wells live a rich life. And so it was rich versus poor, and the desperation to stay rich, and then there's the desperation of not losing anything really got to both sides of the family. And we see those struggles with that. But I loved that no matter what, both these families, well, especially the abandons, they all got each other's back. Like, they fought Fiona. They said many things to Fiona, but they still had her back. They still went in. I mean, they burned the house down. And I'm pretty sure that was Fiona coming out. But, I mean, that was crazy. These two mamas were gonna fight to the end. And because they want to protect what they got. And this, I'm telling you, what a great performance by these two women who played these two alpha male characters of mothers and leaders. Like, such an amazing job. And again, I'm such a huge fan of these two, which is Linnea Hendry and Julian Anderson. They're so good. I mean, what a performance by these two women. And I mean, the whole cast did a great job. And episode 7, the season finale of season 1, this was a really good ending, and it does explain a lot. Like, there was only going to be one family standing on top of the mountain out of this scenario. There was only one family who was going to gain a lot more, and this was it. Now, does this mean, like, the sons are still alive, so the battle still continues, but who's gonna lose their mama is the question, and I hope that Netflix does a season 2 for The Abandons. I would love to see what happens next. I mean, the what would make this whole thing bad is if they took too long making a season 2, and like because the longer they wait, then there's a more chance that season 2 would be more of a letdown. Now I've seen a lot of people talk about this is an example of what's wrong with TV shows today. And I gotta disagree. This show, to me, it had the drama, it had love, it gave you a reason, it gave you a why, it gave you a where, a who. And again, they ended it the way it needed to be ended. It's very clear about like Trisha and Miller's relationship is over. It's very clear, no matter what Garrett is going to do next. And it's very clear that these Red Mask bandits just got elevated and more opportunities to commit, obviously crime, but to gain more. So there's a lot going on, but we also see like the test of time of new challenges that could happen, and I would love to see that. So the only way that could be bad about this show is if they don't make a season 2. Just give us one more season at least. Like that's what I'm hoping, because this was good. Like again, the main plot is really easy to follow, really simple, and it made it very clear about what both these families are from. We've seen their struggles, we see their challenges, we know who they are as a person, and we've seen how some of these families, these characters from each side of the families, are willing to do to get what they want. And it's very clear and really simple to follow. And I think, to me, that what makes a great TV show, a great series. And obviously, it has that soap opera drama, and which is very addicting to, you want to hit the next episode and keep watching. Because, I think this show is worth binge watching. I think this show has a lot of potential. And again, the whole cast did an amazing job. And again, if for a more nerdier way, I love the scenery, the background. I love the camera angles. I love that they had scenes that were during the day and scenes are during the night. And yet it has its flaws. Like you can kind of tell there were probably some scenes cut out to shorten it due to budget cuts and reshoots, obviously. But this show was very well told. It felt like what you would imagine the Western era would be like. And yeah, it's not as gritty it's not as more realistic to what the actual reality of the Western time era was like. But still, it made the point. And yeah, I didn't like some characters were kind of forgotten. Some characters, we didn't really see them have a full scene. But they all come back for the last episode, and this show focuses more on certain characters. But that's not a big deal because again, the whole point was the Van Wells family is a family that that town feared, and this family, the Abandons, weren't trying to cause problems, but that Van Wells family was trying to take something from theirs, and they were just trying to fight what they have earned. And they showed the struggles that owning land, owning a business is like. And we see two different viewpoints of it, and I think that really makes this show that great because of those particular things. So it's really well. So for episode 8, if I had to give it a 1 out of 10, I'm definitely going to give it an 8.5. Really great, solid ended, good cliffhanger, makes you want to see more. and I hope we do get a season 2. But this was really well. I think it's worth watching it. I enjoyed it. I think in theory though that if they do a season 2, I think Trisha is gonna be the wild card that's gonna take control of the Vanderwells family, but that's just me. But we'll see. But I love this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, what a great story, and I want to see more shows like. But that's my spoiler review, y'all. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Please subscribe, hit that notification button so you guys get updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.